We gotta let a couple people jump in. Well, what do you mean you didn't know? You never went live before?
No, never.
You're famous right now.
I'm not on social media.
You could be viewed by millions. So we got a bunch of these back we got to repair. That's why I'm jumping back on. How do we repair them? Well, for the people that are real in this sport, when they blow up a tweeter or a driver, they will buy a diaphragm and replace it. We got some more people come in. Hey, make sure you hit the like button or thumbs up or something. So why don't you introduce yourself to the world?
I am Poirier. I work.
What is the last name?
Poirier.
Is that French?
Yeah.
Oh, you Haitian?
No, I'm not Haitian. I'm Bahamian.
Bahamian.
Yeah.
Oh, and you work where?
I work back here in wholesale. What we do, if the customer returns a package,
right,
we test it out, make sure it does what it said it does.
Right, because they lie sometimes. Or they don't even send back what they bought.
Exactly.
Okay, so here was a blown up, this was a blown up DH2000 Pro, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can't just throw it out. We gotta fix it. And then we what? Open box it, and somebody gets a discount, or we put it back in stock. So we have to pull one of these out. And we have a bunch of these in stock.
Yes, we do.
How many think we got in stock?
No, right now we pulled 17, so we probably have at least around 18, 19 more.
No, there's way more now. Wow, how much you want to bet?
Unless they got it somewhere else.
Oh no, because I know I just looked at the inventory.
Okay, we got more.
It's more than 50.
Okay.
It's more than 80. And we just ordered 50 more. Because I knew this was going to happen. Okay, so what happens? You got to unscrew those bolts, right? Okay. He lied. He already unscrewed them, y'all.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so it looked like we just unscrewed it. And then what happened?
We take this off.
Take that off. Uh-oh. What's that? That's the diaphragm.
That's the diaphragm.
So this right here is what? Now, what you should also do before you put it back together, get that air hose charged up.
Okay.
You want to blow this out. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you put this diaphragm back in place, that little thin thing there that fits in the groove,
right,
that's going to move up and down in the magnet. Now, if there's some dust or debris in there, it'll fuck it up. You get what I'm saying? So let's go over there and turn the air on now. You want to turn the air on for us? See, that's something that we do that most places wouldn't. We're going to make sure it's right. Okay. So what happens is, hold on, here's the bad one.
That's the bad one.
Okay, so how can we tell it's bad? We're going to take this multimeter here. Okay. Hold on. Okay, here, take this, right? And I want you to touch the two ends together. No, the two ends.
Oh.
Okay, so he's touching together, and then that changes. Disconnect. Okay, so that means that's continuity. So that means if these have a connection, we'll see it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, so now if you touch the positive and negative on there, go ahead. No continuity. Oh wait, there is something. Hold on, that might not be bad. Here, let's take it off the magnet. All right, do it there. Okay, no continuity. That was actually touching because the coil was touching the magnet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so what that tells us is somewhere inside of there it broke. It's bad. No good. No bueno.
No good.
Okay, so we take this one, right? And we throw it away. Okay, now we need to blow this out. And then I also want you, listen to me, you're going to take a little piece of this cardboard and run it around the edge to make sure we get it out. If there's a little bit of dust in there and that coil goes in there, it could mess it up before we even try it. So we want to blow it out and or take that cardboard and clean it out. Chances are good somebody used this for a while, and then what happens is debris gets in there. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so when we repair these and we resell them, we want to make sure they know 100% Big Jeff quality. You feel me? Okay. So now what are we gonna do? How do we do this? Yeah, let's blow it out.
Jim.
Hey Jim, we need to blow it out. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. Hold on. Make sure you hit the like button and share this out. We're learning. Okay, so Jim, our warehouse manager, says, let's blow that out. Okay, so now that we blew it out, okay, we got to fix this now. How do we fix this?
All right. Take it back.
Tip it over, right. Now that's got to match up, right?
Right.
You think you should do it that way?
Matches up.
Okay, why you want to do it that way is because the bolts need to line back up, right? Now, you could put it in there first, right?
Okay.
See, I would do it that way because now you know it's perfectly in there. Okay, now you take this piece, go ahead. You see what I'm saying? This way, what happens is if you would have done it the other way, right? You could have pushed down and squished it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so we do it that way. Now we need to tighten it down. What you want to do is get them all started first. And then you want to cross tighten them so it goes down even. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so after you get them started, get them just finger tight. You know, like when you're trying to loosen up, you know, the old lady and stuff. Huh? Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. We just want to finger tighten it. Okay. Once you get them tight, right? Then what you want to do is you want to cross tighten them. What that means is you want to go from here, over there, here, over there. Why? We want to get that compression down evenly amongst all of sides. Because that little coil sits in that little thin little piece, right? And it has to move up and down in there like a woofer. Real small. Okay, so now did you tighten it down good?
Tighten it down.
Okay, so first thing, we're gonna come back to our old multimeter. And now what I want you to do is touch positive and negative, and it should move here. You hear that noise? Okay, so about 7.2 ohms. It's really supposed to be 8 ohm, okay? But we're gonna be off because one, this is upside down, and two, that meter's probably a piece of shit. Okay, so now you know this works. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, so we learned a few things. One, you wanna clean out that area, okay? We don't want any debris in there. And then two, you don't wanna mash that coil back in. You wanna place that in perfectly. Let it squiggle spaggle back and forth like this, right? So you know it's in there. And then you want to cross tighten that baby down, okay? So now, even though this has got a little bit of damage, some marks, which somebody could paint that or whatever, it's brand new. Because that little coil is what makes all that sound. Hey, where's the one I threw away? We have that coil still? Okay, so guys, listen to me here. We don't want to leave these like that. Why? Because if that edge gets pushed, it's no bueno, no good no more. So you want to leave them like that. Now here's the other problem. You don't want to push in that part. That actually would change the tone. So you should really leave them in the box till you're ready. Because what happens is if I do that, oops, no, it ain't gonna sound right. No more. It'll play, but it ain't gonna sound right. You get what I'm saying? And if I squish this part, right, oops, it won't go back in there right, right? So what do? We take this and we throw it away again. Okay, so now I need you guys to repair these so our customers can get a little bit of a discount for some idiot not using a capacitor, base blocker, or overpowering them and blew them the hell up. We good? You got any questions? Okay, so we could check. Obviously, we could hook it up to the music, but the easy way is just to check continuity. Because when the coil breaks, there'll be no continuity. You get what I'm saying? And when you put a new one in there, it should be over 7. It should be closer to 8 ohms because those are 8 ohm diaphragms. Okay? All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. So there you go. That's how you repair a driver. They're all the same. There's just different types. Most of the companies even use the same diaphragm. Let's go over here and see how many different diaphragms we got. Jim, show us the diaphragms. Let me turn this back around. Hold on. So those are RECONE kits, right? We're going to talk about diaphragms, which are for, these are all diaphragms up here. All these different diaphragms. So Jim, technically, if you blow a tweeter or a driver, correct, you can replace it brand new with buying a RECONE kit or a diaphragm. We want to be careful with the diaphragms because some of them are really small and some of them are really big. Okay? All right. Yeah, you don't have to rebuy a whole new thing, right? You can build it. Okay, so there's your Big Jeff lesson on how to replace a diaphragm inside a driver. Tweeter's about the same thing. You have to unbolt it, separate the top, and replace it, and then check it. Okay, check it out. That was really cool. I'd love to do more stuff like that. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it. Leave a comment. Let me know what else you'd like us to hook up with, blow up with, or fix. I'm Big Jeff, signing off.